Okay, good morning. Today we're going to learn about the famous painter James Audubon. He lived from 1785 to about 1851. He was an American ornithologist, which is a person who studies or is an expert on birds, which he was both. He was also a naturalist and painter. He combined his love for birds and love for art into a plan to paint records of all of the birds in North America. So that was like his goal, to try to get all of them. The National Audubon Society was founded in his honor, which protects birds in the places they live. Audubon grew up in France, and his love for birds started when he was young, going for walks with his father, who would talk of birds. He really became interested in studying birds' graceful flying and their mysterious disappearance each fall, followed by their faithful return in the spring. The term that explains this is called homing. By the time John was 18, he moved to America. His father sent him here to learn English and to learn how to make money in America. He ended up studying birds and their behaviors and is known as the greatest painter of birds of all time. So he was like one of the best watercolor artists. He's really one of my biggest inspirations and why I love birds so much. This book is a great biography of his life. It's called The Boy Who Drew Birds. Some of y'all are probably familiar with this. It's a really cool book. It's all about his life. And there's also a wonderful documentary about him. You can watch. So you should go look at his work. Today we're going to replicate the American Flamingo painting he did. He painted this in 1832 while off the coast of Florida. He saw a flock of flamingos and became so in awe by how beautiful they are. And now this is his painting. This is a watercolor painting of a North American flamingo.
Look at the detail on
That's
this.
watercolor?
That's watercolor.
That's watercolor.
And if you go look at his other bird paintings, I'm not going to show you more, but the detail and how he watercolored was just unreal.
Mm-hmm. It really was amazing.
You want to talk a little bit about the flamingo?
Yeah, so the flamingo is the largest amount of flamingos are found around the Caribbean, so that's where they prefer to live. They prefer areas with a large concentration of salt in them. Their bill is designed to allow them to feed quite well in their environment. The feathers are bright pink and white, but when they spread them out, they will show black coloring underneath. So they eat mostly algae and crustaceans, which are like shrimp. They're great swimmers and flyers, but you won't see them doing much of either. Their life can be between 40 to 60 years. Why are they pink? Because of their diet. So when they're born, they're usually gray or white. But as they grow up, through the first couple years of their life, they eat pink shrimp, and it makes their feathers pink.
I think that's crazy.
Isn't that weird?
If I eat shrimp, will it turn me pink?
I love shrimp and I eat it, but I'm not pink.
Okay, you ready?
Okay, y'all ready to get started?
You want my phone or that?
Okay, so let me see. Let me get my pencil. We're gonna start with our paper vertical, so up and down. And we're going to start with the neck. So the neck is like bent down, like he's stretching down for a drink of water. So we're just going to start with our drawing pencil, and we're just going to do a little curve like this. Goes down.
Do you need that too or no?
I'll use it though. Yeah. Okay, and now we're going to curve it back like this. And you can do a little bump in the middle of that curve.
Put it a little closer.
Sure. Okay, so now we're going to curve it back around like this. But when you get down here, we're going to do a little bump. So it kind of bumps like that.
Bend close one more time and then lower it a tiny bit. We couldn't see like the top of the curve. Okay.
It looks like an S.
Yeah, it does, a bumpy S. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to do another bump. And I know this kind of looks like its beak, but that's actually for its head. Because this first bump is the neck, and this is going to be the head. Now the beak is pretty big compared to the head. So it's going to come out and then down. Kind of like we're starting to do a hawk's beak. And then we're going to bring it back like this. So it kind of looks like a hawk, like the beak. It's kind of similar, but the tip, like I probably said, is kind of rounded. Tip is a little bit rounded. Okay, now we're going to bring it down.
Can you show it up close?
Yes. Just gonna do a little bump like that. Okay, now we're going to start at where the head stops at the beak. We're going to do a line that comes back, loops around, and goes down. Well, if y'all can copy that shape.
Can you bring it closer to the view one more time?
Yeah. It's a tricky line.
Yes, it is.
Okay, now we're just going to do a small circle right inside that little shape that kind of matches it. Yeah. Like that. And then in the middle of the beak, we're going to come up like this. It's going to come a little high. It's going to look like he's going like that, kind of like he's maybe a little frustrated.
It does look like he's mad.
Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to bring a line out from the top and then curve it into that line. It's going to come down like this, and then over. Now we're going to go down at the end, like that, right there. Okay, so now we're going to do his neck. We're going to bring it up like this. It's going to be like about the same length the whole way. We're going to go back up to about that little bump that we did earlier. So like I said, they normally have their necks up like this, but he has it bent down. like he's about to take a drink of water. Okay, now we're going to bring it, it's going to come up like this and then curve over. And it's going to get thicker like that. Okay, now we're going to curve it over the top like that. Okay, now we're going to do a little line that curves like this. And then a line that comes down. And then we're going to do a little zigzag and then go back up. So it's connected by a little zigzag. Okay, now we're going to do a little curve, another little curve like that. Okay, now we're going to start here and we're going to come down to about right there. And then do a zigzag that comes up like this. And then we're going to come out of the side like this. And then we're going to come over, kind of a wobbly line, and then back up. Can y'all see my dog down there in the corner? She's laying on the floor. Or actually, wait, no, she's not on the floor. She's right here in the chair.
I can see her.
Yeah. Say hi, Nina.
Hi, Nina.
She was like, what was that?
Her and Molly need to meet each other.
I know, they're going to be such good friends. Okay, now we're going to do a curve that's going to come out like this. And then we're just going to do a messy zigzag line that comes down to about right there. Okay, and then we're going to come back up here and bring that line down and connect. You need this.
Could you bring it closer to the camera?
Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to start the right leg. So we're going to bring a line that goes down. It's actually going to go to the corner of that little shape we made. Now we're going to do a little C shape. Then we're going to do a backward C shape next to it and get kind of close to connect, but not. So this is going to be the leg, and we're just going to imagine it going behind this shape, and it's going to come down here. Okay, we're going to do 2 lines that come down to about right here. Try to make them about the same width apart the whole way. Now we're going to do a backwards C on that side. And then a little bump, like a very small little bump, like that. Because now his leg is going to be bent out this way. Now we're going to bring a line down like this. Actually, both lines. Both lines are going to come down. They have very long legs. Do you know that flamingos actually sleep with one leg tucked up and the other legs, they sleep on one leg?
Really weird, but
I know. I don't know why they do that. Campbell, what are you doing?
I know.
I'm being a flamingo.
So like I said, they fly and they swim, but they don't do it very often, so you probably won't see them do it. That'll be cool too sometime though. Okay, now we're gonna go down and out at the bottom. This is for his foot. They have webbed feet because they swim.
Like ducks.
Sometimes you can see flamingos fly at the zoo. Something.
Yeah. And then we're gonna bring it back like a toe and then back out like that. So this middle toe is gonna be longer than the other toes, and the other one's gonna be the same width as the first toe, and it's gonna come back. So we're just gonna do 2 little webbings. You see those little webbings? Hunter, I like when you do that. Okay, now we're going to bring 2 lines straight down right here. Out of the C and the backward C. And now we're going to do that same foot repeat pattern. We're going to do the one toe, then the other toe a little bit longer, then the third toe shorter again with those webbed feet in between. I'll let y'all look at this for a minute. Perfect, Hunter, I love that. And then for the second foot, did you do the little webbing in between? It's almost like a bat's wings. Perfect, I love that.
You know what the back leg reminds me of?
What?
Reminds me of like a bottle that scientists use to like put like stuff in it for like samples.
Are y'all able to see me? My thing went black.
A beaker?
Oh yeah, we can't see you, but if you can see us, if you can see me, that doesn't matter. Yeah, it does kind of, Hunter. It's funny you thought of that. Okay, we can see you now, Campbell. Okay, so it's almost time to color. Now we're just gonna do a few of the little details. We're going to do a little curve. Campbell, Nina just ran downstairs. It was so funny. Campbell, I just said, look at our puppy, and Campbell said, hi, Nina, and she goes, hmm? She was like, what in the world? Okay, so after that little curve, we're just going to do a little messy zigzags like that for a second. And then we're going to do a curve that starts right here, and it's going to go down. Got my pencil. is going to go down and connect to these two lines that
No, what was that? It scared me.
and it's going to come down and connect
Game.
all the way down like that. So it's just a line that goes above all of those.
Can you bring it to the
You
camera?
hold it up.
Whoa. Okay, so now we're going to bring a line that's kind of like a wavy line that comes up and then curves, but it doesn't connect to that line. It gets really close, but it doesn't connect. Okay, and then all we need to do is just a little curve down here on the beak, on the tip. Okay, so real quick before we color, I'm going to do the little rock that he's standing on. So we're just going to do a little bumpy line. It's going to come way over here. And then the same bumpy line that comes down, then it's just going to go down to the bottom of the page.
Whoa.
Then we're going to go down like this and just make a bumpy line like that. And you can just do some lines down. And then right here, it's just going to be water right here. Okay, so for starters, we're going to do the head and the beak. So for the head and the beak, we're going to start with our black. And we're going to go in and fill in the very tip where we just did the curve. We're going to stop at that curve that we just did. And just do the very tip.
My dad just walked into the kitchen.
What?
My dad just walked in.
Oh. Okay, now we're going to get a yellowish brown. It's like a yellow ochre color. Some of y'all probably don't know what that means, but Hadassah, I know you do. Yes, Hunter, I think that's the same.
Yeah, it looks the same.
Yeah, looks pretty close. Okay, we're gonna do the section above, but we're not gonna go past those zigzag lines. And we're gonna also blend the very tip. We're gonna blend the black into the yellow.
Made a weird color, but
I know. You don't need to like blend the black up into it, just like right there on the line. Just kind of blend them together. So it looks like there's yellow and then it kind of fades into black. Okay, and now we're going to get our black again. I'm actually going to get a black pen. If you have a black pen close by, because pastels are really hard to get the little tiny. I'm gonna go in and do the eye. And we're just gonna fill it in. We're not gonna leave a little highlight. We're just gonna fill it in with that little black pen. You can use a pen, pencil, any little black thing that you have.
is it that little dot in the beak?
No, it's the eye.
It's colored in the little beak.
Good. Okay, so we're going to get our bright red now. And we're just going to do a little line that goes just up on the bottom of the neck.
Is this it?
Yes.
Sorry, what color were you using?
It's bright red.
Right, right.
And then we're going to get wider as we go to the top and then go right to that gap. But we're going to stop at the gap that we made. Then we're going to go down here below the gap. Like that. Can y'all copy that pattern?
Whoa,
What?
this is really red.
Yeah. It won't look red when we do the pink in there. It just looks like it's going to be a red bird because that's the only color we've done. Okay.
Under that little line that connects the red to the red, you go under that with red.
Where? Well, I mean, here, I'll bring it close so you can study it again. This is at the very bottom, the bottom line.
Okay, yeah,
Did you do it on the top line?
understand now.
You did it here?
Yes, I did it there.
It's okay if you did it there because this is going to be red anyways, but just not quite yet. So you can just do the bottom line too.
Are we gonna color the entire thing pink, like all over it? Yeah.
No.
Okay. Good.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, because we're trying to make it look as realistic as possible. So now we're going to get our bright red again and just kind of lightly shade. Just very lightly shade up through here. And we're actually going to go all the way down. We're going to fade all this all the way down here and in here too. Flamingos are very pretty birds. I'll tell you that.
I've seen some before on the beach.
Cool. Like wild ones?
Yes.
That's so
We saw them
cool.
like fly away.
That's so cool.
I was very little, but I still remember it.
That's so cool. Okay, after we do that, we're going to get a bright pink, like this color. And we're going to go back over it. So it's not going to look just like my painting because it's not watercolor. And then you can also blend in to that red stripe.
Still doing the red.
It's okay. I'll wait for you when I get to the head.
Baron, is this the color?
Yes, that's perfect.
Karen,
Yes?
did you put afterbite or Benadryl on afterbite?
We were gonna do it outside, but the internet was too low.
Oh yeah, is that why y'all were breaking up out there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we'll do that. And we're also going to do all this too. I'm just pausing for a second and let y'all catch up. So this isn't, the red stripe that we did isn't supposed to stand out too much. It's just supposed to be a little shadow. And we're going to come up here. I'll pause a sec so y'all can catch up.
No.
Just got finished with the red.
This looks too pink. This is the color that I like. The shade.
No, that's great. Just add more red.
Okay.
Yeah, let me do this on you. Try not to get jumbled, okay?
Wait, like just like doing it not lightly but not hard.
The red?
No, the pink.
The pink is pretty hard.
Okay.
It's blending it all together.
Okay.
It'll get better, I promise. Yeah, just add more red if it's too pink. Okay, Liz? Okay, let's keep moving.
Okay, it's gonna be just like that. And then we're gonna go back with our white. To just make it, just kind of lighten it up a small bit. Not gonna do too much. Just kind of, hold on. Okay. Just gonna kind of do this to make it a little bit lighter. You don't have to do it on the red though. There.
Wait, what did you use just now?
White. Just a thin layer.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're just going to get plain pink and mix it with the red for this little section that you had a little bit of trouble on, Hunter.
Wait, what?
This section right here. We're just going to go over with just solid pink and no white after.
Okay.
Oh, Giovanni, I like that background. You found a shark.
Yeah, it's a tiger shark.
That's awesome. I really like it.
Thanks.
Okay. So right now we're going to go with solid pink for a little stripe above on the top part of the wing. And then a more messy zigzaggy pattern down there. And then in the middle, we're going to do our light red. And then our pink. And then the white.
Where do we use the light red?
The bright red, I did the same pattern that we did on the neck. I did the lightly shaded red, then go over solid with pink, and then a light layer of white.
Right here?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, now I'm going to get a very dark brown, or you can use black if you don't have a very dark brown. I know this looks like black on the screen, but it's a very dark brown.
When you're done, just hit stop recording. Okay. I'm gonna take a haircut. Okay, I love
Okay, now we're just going to get some solid pink and do those little things, that little fuzzy thing right there that the leg comes out of. No, that was a bad, funny word for it, fuzzy thing. Okay, now we're also just going to do this little U shape right here.
Are we still on the pink or the brown?
This is the pink.
Okay.
And then the pink, like for there too. Okay, you can go back with red and make little shadows that come out of the wing to just kind of define the colors a bit, so it doesn't look like just one solid color all over. There. You can also just do a few streaks, a few very, very light streaks on the pink. Okay, now we're going to get a very light color. It's like a peach color. Whoa, let me clear my out. Yeah, it's like a peach color. And
Aaron, is this it?
Is this the same one?
yes, not so pink, Giovanni. It's like, do you see it? It's like a kind of like a sand color.
Is this color good?
Yes.
I have one. I think it's more like gold. And
You know what you can do, Giovanni? You can lightly. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
uh,
You know what else you can do? If you don't like that color, you can lightly shade some very light brown and then go back over with white. That's what I do sometimes. It really doesn't matter what type of light brown the legs are. It just has to be a form of light brown.
What brand of oil pastels do you have?
Me?
Yeah.
I have called Junior Artist.
Okay.
That's what Hunter has too.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
That's how we match colors.
And we're not going to do the webbing with this color on the feet. We're just going to do the legs and the feet, but we're going to try to avoid the webbing. Okay, and now we're going to do the webbing pink. So, like that. Okay, now we're going to get a very dark green. And we're just going to go in here. We're not going to fill in all of the white. This is a technique I really like to use. We start with one color. It's kind of like the kingfisher that we did last week.
Is it this color?
Yes. Maybe, I don't know if, is that the blue green? I think it's the one to your left.
My left?
Yeah, the one that one, yeah. That one. Okay, so we're just gonna go like that, and then we're gonna get a lighter green and go fill in most of it. You don't have to fill in all of it because we're gonna go back with one more color.
It's a little lighter than that one.
It's okay. Okay, and then we're going to go back with an even lighter one. It's that real bright one. It's like the lime color.
Is it the lime?
Yeah.
This one?
That's the turquoise. It's like this. It's like grass green.
I am trying to find it. I don't think I have it.
Yeah, I think you had trouble finding it last time.
Yes, I think I used this.
That'll work perfect.
On the screen, it looks bluish,
Oh, it does.
but it's actually light green.
Yeah. So we're just filling in the rest with this really light green. Like that. Doesn't that look like really pretty grass?
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Okay, now we're going to use a cool technique. We're going to start with, it's not like a super dark brown, it's just kind of dark. Like a medium.
Darren,
Yes? Somebody call me?
Nope.
Okay.
At least I didn't.
First trip.
We're gonna start like this and then fade
First trip.
out. Then start dark
Hey,
and fade
Campbell.
out. Start dark,
Hey, Campbell. Yeah, do that one.
No.
fade out.
Yes.
And then we're gonna start dark and fade out, and we're just gonna keep doing that on each line. And then we're gonna go back with a lighter color and just go back over all of that. Okay, the water is going to be kind of a greenish blue. So we're going to use a form of bluish green, but we're going to go real light. This is just a bluish green. Then we're going to go back with a light blue and fade. We're still just shading. And then with our white, we're going to go back again. With the white, it really looks like water.
What blue do we use?
Just a light blue. Okay, so don't forget to sign your name. You remember who we did? You remember the artist?
Something
isn't he
John?
really fascinated in birds?
It starts with John. John is his first name.
Ottoman.
Oh gosh. I can't remember now.
I can't.
John James Audubon.
That.
Okay, and you remember, y'all probably remember what bird this is.
A flamingo.
Yep.
Falcon.
Okie dokie. Well, y'all have